Welcome to the Summer City Show. Pat O Melia here. You there? That's why I did the show. Because you're there. I like to educate you, inform you, entertain you a little bit. Summer's moving. Oh, August runs so fast. I mean, turn your head around, it's the end of August already. We got about 3 more weeks before we come back from hiatus. We come back pretty much right after 9/11. Got a lot of stories that we're going to want to cover. But first, don't forget everything you see on the screen. You know, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget on live stream, we're renewing our contract with those fine people. That is our base streaming network where we archive all our shows. So if you miss a show, you can go back there. You got me, you got Stick, you got John Highness, the whole group. They're all on live stream. Now, so for your viewing pleasure, you can download the app. It's free. There's a lot of other programming besides me and what we do there. So download the app. Like I said, you know, I'm chomping at the bit to come back, even though I do enjoy the hiatus season. We work on our shows, work on new openings. We try new things, decide what shows are going to go forward and what shows are being left behind. But there's a lot of things going on, especially in Jersey City, my home city. You got a lot of activity on Journal Square. You got the Kushner's Project up by my 9/11 Memorial Fountain, which we've got to make sure we secure that 9/11 Memorial Fountain. We don't want to bulldoze a 9/11 monument. For that matter, I'll be talking to Mayor Fulop about that in more detail today. You got the Lowe's Theater is going under renovation now. It will be about 2 years. I think most of the FOL's equipment is out of there in storage trailers. So now it's time to start doing the renovations. But it's not just renovations. You got the historical value. It's got to be maintained and renovated to historical standards. You got so much going on. We got the CarePoint hospitals. It isn't getting all the play it should. Not sure if CarePoint's going to have hospitals. Jersey City Christ Hospital is pretty secure, but there are huge questions with the Bayonne Hospital and the Hoboken Hospital. For that matter, Hoboken has sent out an RFP looking for a new operator for that hospital. So CarePoint's got some hurdles to jump besides just becoming a not-for-profit. You know, we got the midterm elections coming up. We'll probably be doing some debates. You'll probably see Rob Menendez Jr. in here again. You got the county elections coming up. There's so much coming up. After we come in out of hiatus and all the build-up to the elections, you got the midterms, a lot going on. And in Tom's River, they're racing for a mayor's race there. And George Gilmore is back, and George Gilmore is back in Ocean County big time. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Summer City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. Summer City Show. Pat O Melia here. You there. Don't forget all the stuff on the bottom of the screen. Remember to follow us, love us, subscribe to us, talk to us, whatever's on the bottom of that screen. Just do it. Well, we can't get around. It's all Amy all the time. Last week, on the 17th, I think it was, Amy attended her first council meeting, Amy DeGeese, councilwoman at large, since the collision with the cyclist on MLK Drive. She attended the first meeting. There's a legal situation going on here, so she can't make a lot of statements because that could come back to bite you in the court of law. It was a packed house, as you would figure. They limited the amount of people into the council chambers. I think it was limited at 190. That's a lot of people. And probably the Jersey City Council chambers are probably the largest chambers for a council in any part of the state. I don't recall ever walking, and I've been to a lot of councils, a bigger chamber. Even the county commissioners, it's not as big as the Jersey City council chambers. And the reason being, at one time, Jersey City used to have commissioners, and the commissioners would vote for who their mayor was, pretty much like in Union City and in North Bergen. You know, Frank Hague changed that when he became mayor, but at one time that was everything happened in the council chambers in Jersey City, not the mayor's office. But they had 190 people had to take tickets to speak. There were numbers issued, but if the overflow crowd was out in the rotunda, and they had a live feed on a big screen TV there, so the city did as much as they could to accommodate all the people who wanted to be there and witness what was going on. And people were questioning the safety precautions that the city took. They had the Jersey City police were out there in full force, and the question is the expense of doing this. Listen, if you don't do it, you'll catch hell if you don't. If something happens and you don't have all that equipment and personnel there. So the city did about as good a job as they could. Maybe they should have left the air conditioning on because it was hot as hell in those chambers. Some people, some of the bloggers and local reporters, they had a hard time hanging in. And you knew it was going to be a long meeting, but not as long as we predicted. I think I took the under. I think it was 1 o'clock was the over-under on that. I think I took the under, and it was pretty much wrapped up by around 11:30 or so. It wasn't the outpouring that everybody expected was going to happen. And there were other issues. It wasn't all Amy. And if you read the reports in the newspapers, it seemed like it was all Amy. But there was a big issue with the turnpike widening, weed dispensaries getting the okay for that matter. Joyce Waterman made a mistake with the vote on the weed dispensary, but she was probably fatigued from all the other action from the night. What happened when they got through the agenda and it became the public speaking, those without sin threw stones. And it's amazing how many people had no sin, because there was some stone throwing going on there. There was probably a good 40 what I'll call anti-Amy's that got up to speak, and they were questioning her leaving the scene of an accident. She was unworthy to serve on the city council. All these stones were being thrown. Unfit to serve on the city council. Again, we got to let the courts decide, and we have done this before. This is not our first rodeo here in Jersey City with council representatives and or mayors having some issues. We've had council representatives in the very recent past get convicted of taking bribes and did time, but they served until the court made a decision. We had council reps that pled to stealing time, no-show jobs, also smashed up a car, but they served until there was a conclusion to the legal activities. It wasn't a case everybody jumping up, oh, he's got to resign. Again, let things play out in the courts. We're old pros at this. This is Jersey City. We're in the county of Hudson. We've gone through, we've had elected officials, lose their job for $3,000 and a handful of Viagra. All these things have happened in Hudson County or Jersey City. We're old pros at this. We can handle it. For that matter, talking about, histories, we're a very forgiving city too when people make mistakes. We elected a guy to be mayor of Jersey City who was drunk and nude on his porch, and we elected him 3 times. So we look past a lot of things. But once you're convicted, game's over. Let the courts play this out. Let the courts play it out, not the mob rule. And it would really have been interesting in some of those situations if social media and Twitter were in full force as it is today. There's a lot of brave Twitter talk on the internet. It's another thing when you're there in person. Again, let's let the courts decide. The accusations and when the people were throwing the stones, they were bringing up, Amy had 29 parking tickets in 15 years. The kid lived in the Heights. for those 15 years. 29 tickets over 15 years living in the Heights. She must be the best friggin' parker ever. She must be the greatest parker of all time. I'm a Heights guy. I wish I only got 2 tickets a year in the Heights. People in the Heights, we'd be happy if we got 2 tickets a month. We would prepay those tickets and bring pizza down there. That's how happy we'd be. 2 tickets a year? Give me a break. And they also talked about unpaid bills. Yeah, they brought that up. I don't count other people's money. I don't know what her financial situation was back in 2015, 2016. She could have had some issues. I, in business, have been on my ass twice. I got up, dusted myself off, and tried again. That's obviously the same thing Amy did. But everybody wanted to throw those rocks because you're unworthy because of this. Let the courts play it out. But right now, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Summer City Show. I'll be right back.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care.
The latest clinical trials.
Researchers working to find a cure.
And nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just 1 pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. We're back. Pat O Melia here. You there? Summer City Show. Getting my legs back. Not used to doing this. We haven't done a show, I think, in about 2 weeks. We've been running the repeats. We haven't even done our shore shows. We got to go down. For that matter, I just got the okay to do car shows. We're planning on doing car shows in the Optimum parking lot on the Boulevard in Seaside Heights. And they gave me 2 dates to do it, the 8th of September and the 22nd of September. I'm not sure those dates work for me. But let's get back to Amy. First off, we're talking about the anti-Amy's. Amy had her supporters there, too. And most were taking basically the same side I am. Let the courts play out. It's simple as that. Let's stop the allegations and the statements. Let it play out. The woman hasn't even said what happened because the legal situation, once it's adjudicated, then she can talk. But before I go on, let me remind everybody that this cyclist caused this accident. This individual blew through a red light. He went out of his way to blow through a red light. He'd seen that red light for about 200 feet. This guy crossed over the double line into oncoming traffic to get around vehicles that was stopped for the red light. He zooms into the intersection, and to show what kind of an idiot he was, he looks left instead of right in the direction of the cars. And Amy had the right of way. This guy just pops out there. And fortunately, the collision was his rear wheel hit the right front fender of Amy's vehicle, and the guy went flying. Fortunately, there was no serious injuries. Just want to get that out there. This guy caused the entire accident. Everything we're discussing was caused by the guy on the bike blowing through a light. Now, of the speakers, and everybody was making a big thing coming up to the council meeting. Oh, there's 82 people signed up to speak. Oh, there's 92 people. 66 people no-showed. And they didn't show up. They weren't there to get their ticket from the city council, the speaker's ticket, the little numbers they were giving out. 66 people, they put their name there, whether a real name or whatever, but they didn't show up. Now, 190 people sound like a lot. And it is. Until you think about it, that city of 290,000 people, 190 isn't much. And when you back out of those 190, I'll say there's another 30 or so out in the rotunda. You back out the political guys, the progressive Dems, and you back out the cyclists. You're probably down to, I don't know, maybe 150 people. When all said and done, the people that were probably there just for Amy was probably about 60 anti-Amy's and pro-Amy's, that sort of thing. What we're really waiting for, and everybody needs to wait, and mostly, listen, yeah, you had like 220 people at the council chambers of a city of 290,000. We're waiting. Like I said before, we're old pros at this. This isn't the first rodeo where a council person is jammed up somehow. We'll wait until the judges rule, not mob rule. Amy gets convicted of a felony, Amy's gone. Simple as that. She'll have to resign her position. Now, if Amy is convicted of a misdemeanor or anything less, Amy stays. Amy will get the opportunity to redeem herself in the eyes of these anti-Amy's, the people who were throwing those first stones. Not the entire city of 290,000 people. Of that, I think, on home tour, I think there's 170,000 registered voters in Jersey City. I think that's the number. Yeah, everybody is taking, people who don't get overly offended, is taking the wait and see approach. We'll see what happens in the courts. There's no reason to go to get all upset, get all riled up, or make threats, and there were a lot of threats made at Amy. Again, you wait. Now there's talk, well, there could be a recall. We can recall her after 1 year. Good luck with that. You may have a better shot hitting the lottery. You want to recall her? Ain't going to happen. It'll take 44,920 valid signatures, real names and real addresses of Jersey City residents. Not going to happen. That's more signatures, valid signatures, than people who voted in Hudson County in the last governor's race. So that's not going to happen. What will happen, I'm sure Amy, there was no serious bodily injury, no property damage. I don't see Amy getting hit with a felony here. She also has no record. So I'm pretty sure, I'll roll the dice on this, at worst she gets hit with a misdemeanor, maybe less. Then she'll go on, and she'll get to redeem herself in the eyes of the people that question whether she should be serving on the city council. I guarantee you, Amy will go about and do her job, and she will redeem herself. She's a good kid. I've known her since she was a little girl. I've known her father for years and years. Great family. What happened here is an accident. And I want to remind everybody, an accident that occurred because the cyclist blew through a red light. He went out of his way to blow through that red light. He had no interest in stopping. And he paid the price on that. And unfortunately, Amy's paying part of that price too. But when it goes to the court, she'll make her statements there. She'll talk to the judge. She'll say what happened. And he'll make a ruling. My opinion, I don't even know if she knew she hit the guy. But that's my opinion. But this will all play out in the court. So everybody settle down, settle down. We let this play out in the courts. It's been moved to the jurisdiction of Essex. And hopefully sometime by the end of August or the beginning of September, we'll have a court date. And then we'll find out what happens. All right, you're watching the Summer City Show. We're going to break for commercial. We'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital, with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
Jersey City Ford Certified Parts and Service, located at Route 440 and Communipaw Ave, is your #1 source for Ford and Lincoln automotive needs. We use certified Ford Motorcraft products to keep your Ford running in top shape. Motorcraft parts are backed with the Ford warranty, which includes a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee. Our team will have the right Motorcraft part to ensure the best performance from your Ford or Lincoln. You can order in person at the parts counter or online. Let us help keep your Ford or Lincoln in the best shape at Stevens Jersey City Ford.
Panapinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintodevelopment.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
We're back. You're watching the Summer City Show. Pat O Melia here. A byproduct of the Amy Council meeting, because it was hot. It was very hot. Like somebody shut off the air conditioner when they left. There was talk of hybrid council meeting. I keep saying hybrid. It's not how it's pronounced. But they want to have this. And there was talk about it, and there's a petition. Of course, there's an online petition. I have zero respect for online petition. I'll sign anybody's petition, whether I'm for or against whatever you're doing. If you're out in the street doing this, I support that. I'll sign anything then. Online, no. It could be Captain Kangaroo signing that. For that matter, I think one of the speakers mentioned that there were bots signing this petition on change.org. After that meeting, it was hot. But, how many meetings a year do we really have at the city council where it's packed like that? Very few. What they're calling for is to stream the council meetings live and have it interactive. So you're sitting at home in your underwear at 10 o'clock at night. You can chime in and give your 2 cents to the city council via Zoom or live stream, whatever, or Microsoft Friends, I think it is. But all that costs money when you do the interactive. I got, the problem with streaming it live, there's an expense to that also. And when you look at the views on YouTube of the replays of the council meeting, I don't know if it justifies doing a live stream, but that's not for me to decide. If you do interactive, now there's basically a director's got to be there. You have multiple camera angles that have to be covered, and they got to be switched back and forth from the crowd to the speaker to the council person. If you are going to do it, you got to do it right. Just can't have the awful full shot of the council, and you got to figure out who's speaking because it's a 9-person shot. So you got to have somebody who's going to have a camera set on at least 3 of the council people at any given time, and you can zoom in on whatever one is speaking. Then you have to have somebody on the speakers, and you do want a crowd shot. You want a close shot and a far shot. All that costs money. The Jersey City Board of Education does it, but if I'm not mistaken, they're paying some real money a year to do that. Probably something we should be looking at, because if I'm not mistaken, I think it's about $100,000 a month. We can do other things with $100,000 a month than live stream and interactive Jersey City Board of Education meetings. Anything to reduce your tax bite. I don't think I'm against the interactive streaming. You want to stream it live? I guess that's all right. But unless you're going to take the time and put the production values in, it's really a waste of time. Yeah, if you look at the YouTube videos of the council meetings, yeah, not that good. Yeah, you need multiple people. You need multiple cameras to make it watchable, enjoyable to watch. Turnpike widening, which is one of the reasons many of those people were at the Amy council meeting. All you hear is the opposite. You only hear the opposition side of the Turnpike widening. They're going to funnel more cars into the Holland Tunnel. Probably, maybe. I don't know. There was no study on it. But we're just not widening the exit to get off at the Holland Tunnel. The whole bridge needs to be replaced. I've been riding over that bridge on exit 14 on the ABC most of my life. That bridge has never not been under repair. No matter when I have gone over that bridge, whether it's in 2020s, 2010, 2000, 1990s, 1980s, 1970s, that bridge is constantly under repair. When they built that bridge, probably in the 50s, somebody was pocketing a hell of a lot of money because they didn't do a good job on that bridge. But it's constantly in a state of disrepair. When you widen these turnpike, the turnpike bridge is really what it is, coming into Jersey City and Bayonne, the exits there, not only does traffic come in, but traffic gets out faster. So if you have more lanes on the turnpike, the faster you get cars out of Jersey City or out of Bayonne or out of the Holland Tunnel. And people act like there's never a backup coming out of the Holland Tunnel. Oh, there's no backup. Of course there's a backup coming out of the Holland Tunnel. The quicker you can disperse them, the faster it is for everyone. The traffic is down. We keep talking about the emissions. Today's cars are so much cleaner. And you got a lot of the electric ones. For that matter, the governor has come out in favor of the Turnpike project. And one of the things he spoke of, by the time this is done, you'll have at least 10% of the vehicles will be electric. But the cars are so much cleaner. Listen, I'm a Jersey City resident. Yeah, I'm not looking for toxins in the air, but I'm also realistic that these cars are a lot cleaner. And the faster I get them out of Jersey City, the better it is for all of us. So I'm in favor of widening the turnpike. If you ever come up the turnpike in the morning, the traffic is all backed up on the turnpike. You can get to the airport, 14, but if you want to go ABC, that's all backed up. They need to widen that. You know, you're not only coming to Jersey City to go through the Holland Tunnel. People work in Jersey City, work in Hoboken. They're taking that exit. I'm in favor of widening it. Tommy DeGeese, our county exec. I think Tommy's been the county exec probably since 2022 now. He has announced he's not going to seek re-election next year. He's going to retire. I would need an entire whole show to talk about the accomplishments of Tom DeGeese. Probably the biggest, and I've said this many a times, when I'm doing the Tom's River Show, I always talk about the need for a county exec. Probably the most important thing Tom has done, and there's a lot of them, is getting out of leased and rented buildings. I doubt if the county has a landlord anymore. I really doubt if they're writing a rent check. Tom took those buildings, either bought them or they moved out and they built their own. Tom's writing a check. He's writing it to the county of Hudson. All right, we're out of show. You be good. You be safe. Maybe I'll talk to you next week. Good night.